Welcome back for another video. This one, I don't know if I'll say it's exciting, but this one's kind of a big deal to me. This is the 2004 Atlantis New England Powerlifting Championship. This was hosted by Ed Cohen. Ed Cohen and Bill Kazmaier teamed up to start the Atlantis, I won't say powerlifting organization, but maybe strength competition organization. They also hosted some strongman contests, or at least one strongman contest. And this video also features in the center of the screen there my buddy Chris Collins. He was a friend of mine, training partner, and Chris died a number of years ago. He tore one of his quads training, had an operation for it, and ended up having a blood clot from the operation come loose and killed him. So here we are warming up. That's 365 pounds. Super easy. This was about the peak of my strength. 2004, 2005. So, handing off my belt to Chris. I think this is the only powerlifting contest that Chris had ever competed in. Maybe he did a bench contest or a few bench contests, but I think this was his only full powerlifting contest. So here's 365, pretty easy for him also. So this contest is relatively casual. Here we're doing our warm-ups on the actual lifting platform where we will be competing. Let's see, I've got my belt on. Are they setting up for me or are they setting up for someone else? Oh, we just caught Ed Cohen there for a second. He was wearing the green shirt. Ed Cohen is for those that don't know, he's a powerlifting legend. He has records he set in the 1970s that no one's been able to touch. Ed is, I'm like 5'7.5". Ed is a bit shorter than I am. He competed at 275 pounds. So, you know, we're talking a guy who's like, I don't know, 5'5", maybe 5'4". He's 275 pounds, and he was actually pretty lean at that weight. Okay, so here's my opening attempt on the squat. I believe it is 405 pounds. This should be pretty easy. As I usually do, my first attempt is light. It's very conservative. I want to make sure that I have no problems and I at least get my first attempt. Look at that, buried it. Yep, super easy. There's one out of the way. And now I hand my belt off to Chris because he has I think he's doing the next, yeah, he's got the next attempt. He's the next one up. I saw them change the weight, but I don't know what they changed it to. It's within a few pounds of what I did. So I'm weighing around 181 at this point. I believe Chris is, I think he's around 220. I don't recall exactly. I know he was 35 or 40 pounds heavier than I was. Oh yeah, so Ed Cohen there is scolding me. So apparently my hand brushed Chris's leg while he was squatting. So he was saying, hey, he was just telling me, be careful. He said if you touch him while you're spotting him again, he'll have to give Chris a red light, essentially for an error that I made. He wants to make sure I'm not helping Chris when he squats. So, but he let that one slide and just kind of warns me about it. Alright, so who's got the belt on? Looks like Chris has the belt on. I don't know if we missed any attempts in here, so I don't know if this is Chris's second or third attempt. 25, so I believe that is 435 pounds. So it's 4 plates, a 10, and then those collars are usually 5 pounds a piece. So 4 plates is 405. And then we've got 2 10s and 2 collars, so I think it's 435 he's doing here. And up, and locks it out, nice lift.
450, Victor Paris. 450, Victor Paris.
Okay, so here we go. They're loading up the bar for my second attempt, which is 460 pounds. I'm just pacing around, trying to get ready for this.
460.
My fancy safe squat shoes, custom made shoes. Alright, got to set up carefully, and here we go. Buried that one again, no problem. Alright, nice lift.
475, Robert Delavey. 475, Robert Delavey. Jeff Christmas, I like that chance to hold.
Alrighty, and we're moving on to Chris's third and final attempt on the squat. Can't tell from this image what the weight is. I think it's 450. Nice, no problem. Looked good. He looks strong. Looks like he had some more left in him. Now I got the belt, so I'm the next one up. This will be my third and final attempt. This is 480 pounds. This will actually be my best squat in a contest that I've ever done. I've done 575 pounds, but that's wearing knee wraps in a supportive suit, supportive squat suit. So in the raw division where you're not wearing supportive equipment, this will be my best squat in a contest. Nice, buried that one again. Wow. Wish I could do that today.
That was a 495 for Victor Harris. 495 for Victor Harris. Miguel Villas on 10 for Harris.
And we move on to the bench press. This will be my first attempt, 255 pounds. This is where you really see the difference between my lifts and Chris's lifts. Chris had a good bench, and my bench has always been really subpar. I think at this contest he ends up benching like 100 pounds more than I do. But this is, I'll say this is typical of my performance at contests. I might out squat and out deadlift the people I was competing against, but then my bench was so bad, I would take second or third at a contest because my competition would just beat me on the bench so badly. Alright, there we go. Successful attempt at 255. Yep. You heard it, 365 pounds is Chris Collins' opening attempt. I think he'll do this with no problem. My first attempt was 255. He's using 365 pounds. Give him a handoff, get out of the way, and no problem. That was easy for him. And here we go. We're getting into my second attempt on the bench press. I believe it looks like it's 2 plates, 2 10s, and the collar. So that is 2 plates is 225 pounds. We had the 40 pounds for the 2 10-pounders on each side. And then the collar, which is 5 pounds. So this looks like it's 275. So you'll see Chris will give me a handoff and then he moves out of the way. You have to get out of the way so that the head judge can see the lifter and give the commands. Bring it down, pause, wait for the judge to tell you to press, and then you push it up. And you wait for him to tell you to rack the bar also. He'll tell you to rack the bar after you've locked your arms. He wants to make sure that you've fully extended and you're not holding the bar down. And after that, walk over to the table and tell them what I want for my third attempt, what weight I want them to load. And we roll into Chris's bench here. I believe this is 395 pounds. So, big difference between his bench and mine. And press, and he's fighting with it, and not quite. Almost. That was super close. Yeah, his bench was over. Yeah, he started losing one side. One side started giving out, is what he's saying.
right guard. Jim Glover's on deck.
So here's my third and final attempt, and as the announcer just said, it is 295 pounds. I think the most I've benched in a contest was either 300 or 297, but that was I think maybe a year after this contest. Alright, let's see how this goes. And nope, no good. Yeah, Chris and I both got stuck. If you look at the angle of our arms, we both kind of got stuck in the same area. It's a common sticking point on the bench press.
You really need to work on that bench, Greg.
Yeah, I had to leave that in. That's my buddy John Pope. He's taking the video for us and being a clown. And now he's got a little clip in here where he thought this woman was attractive, so he just took a video of her to throw on my recording. Even John, the guy who doesn't, I guess he works out a little bit, but not really into powerlifting or real strength training, and even he's giving me a hard time about my bench. That's hilarious. Sorry, I had to leave this in here. John's being a goof. John's giving us a little comic relief before we move into the deadlifts. Alright, so here we are. The crew there is loading up the bar for my buddy Chris Collins with his first attempt on the deadlift with 405 pounds. He's a pretty strong guy. This will be easy for him. I probably convinced him to be conservative. And there we have in the green shirt, the man, the myth, the legend, Ed Cohen, trying to straighten out the bar so it's not all lopsided. Chris forgot to put baby powder on his legs. So we use baby powder or talc on your legs because it acts like a lubricant. Because when you deadlift properly, the bar is actually dragging right up your legs. So it'll tear up your legs. You'll get cut and bleeding. So we usually put talc on our legs. Yeah, so here you see a big difference, right? Chris opened with his bench press at I think 100 or 110 pounds heavier than what I did, and here I am with my first attempt on the deadlift, 70 pounds more than what Chris opened with. Right? Looks easy. 475 pounds. It's a joke. Not today it isn't, but back then it was. So this will be Chris's second attempt on the deadlift. And as the announcer said, this is 450 pounds. And he still doesn't have talc on his legs. Alright. Should be pretty good. Oh, looks easy. Easy lift. No problem. Alright, nice. Good job, Chris.
Alright, goes to 550. Greg Guard. Pat Johnson is on deck. Into Paris and Cole.
So here we're going to see my third and final attempt on the deadlifts. This is 550 pounds. I'm 30 years old at this point, and I'm weighing about 181 pounds. And here we go. Looks smooth. Nice. I had some more in me. Not too bad. That was a successful day. Yeah, so you caught me. I'm wrong. We just saw the second attempts. And here come the third attempts now. So this looks like 485 pounds. This is Chris Collins' third attempt and final attempt on the deadlift. Alright, let's see what happens here. And yeah, it looks like he's got it. There we go. Lockout. Nice. Yeah, so third attempts are where people kind of go for broke, right? So he couldn't get that one. And my third attempt is coming up. And as the announcer said, it is 575 pounds. Yeah, and I'm not making fun of that previous lifter. This is the third attempts. People push their limits and beyond. So it's I often fail in my third attempts. So here we go. 575, weighing around 180, 185 pounds. And up. Nope, not feeling it. So people make fun of my socks. I wear knee-high socks, so I'm not tearing up my shins and bleeding all over the place. So that was a failed attempt, but no injury, no torn hamstring, no back injuries, so it was a successful day.
Well, your deadlift was pretty good, but you gotta work on your bench.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. And I've trained with some of the biggest bench pressers in history, and I don't know, man. I'm just not built for it. But like that, the trash talking is just part of the game. Trash talking is much a part of the workout as is lifting weights.
181 to 210 pound class. The bronze medal goes to Greg Darby.
Yeah, so in most of the powerlifting organizations, the top of the weight class is 181 pounds, but at this one, 181 to 210 pounds was the weight class. So I was at the very bottom of it. I kind of screwed up. I could have made the weight class below that, but I didn't realize what was going on. So I took third place. My buddy Chris, doing his first powerlifting contest, took second place. He beat me by 5 pounds on the total, and he never let me live that down. He kept saying, I beat you. Like I said, trash talking's part of the game. But good time. that contest was a lot of fun. It was a big success for me. I had some of, if not my best lifts, close to my best lifts. So it was a good day. There he is, giving me a hard time. I beat you. Here's a quick summary showing the results of my lifts and Chris Collins' lifts. He beat me by 5 pounds. And here's an image of the medal that I received. And the back of the medal with all the text saying that it's a 3rd place for the weight class. And just as a little bonus, I thought I'd throw in another photo. This is Bill Kazmaier on the left, I'm in the middle, and Ed Cohen is on the right. I told you he's kind of short. Yeah, Ed in that photo, I think he's about 280 pounds. But this photo is from the Atlantis strongman contest that I did. I know I'm 180 pounds, I'm doing strongman contests. It's kind of funny. Everybody there was, well, I think when people think of strongman contests, they think of guys that are 6'6" and 300 to 400 pounds. But it was local. It was their inaugural event, so I thought I'd do it. Sorry, I kind of assumed that everybody knew who Bill Kazmaier is, the big guy on the left, but he won the World's Strongest Man contest in, let's see, it was 1980, 81, and 1982. He was also a powerlifter. He competed in the Scottish Power Challenge. He did a bunch of different strongman events. He won the International Powerlifting Federation World Powerlifting Championship in 1979, 1983. Won the United States Powerlifting Federation National Championship in 1983. Won the AAU National Powerlifting Championship in 1978. So yeah, Bill's a pretty impressive guy. I would go over Ed Cohen's accomplishments, but that would make this video about 2 hours long. Well, while I'm doing some bonus material, I thought I'd throw in a little bit about Chris Collins. So Chris was a member at Pep's gym. That's where I met him. Didn't start training with him until many years later, after Pep's closed. Here's a photo from his wedding with their little girl, Angel. And as you'll see in a second, I did attend their wedding. There we are. Instead of wearing t-shirts and workout clothing, we're both dressed up with tuxes. Not too bad for a couple of gym rats. Then years later, when Angel got a little bit older, here I am at Chris's apartment with Angel climbing all over me. Chris was into martial arts, that's why he's got the sword in the background there. That's all I have for you right now. Thanks for watching. Please give a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and hope to have you back again soon. Thanks.